Hi guys, it's your girl Vonnie. Welcome to Pieces of Me TV. I am back with another review, and today I have Married to Medicine, okay? And once again, these chicks from Atlanta are fooling. I don't know what it is about Atlanta. I don't know if something's in the water, okay? But these chicks are crazy. Let's get right into it. Mariah takes Aiden for his surgery. You know, he's getting the little hair plugs, okay? I didn't realize how bad it was until they went in for the procedure and they were parting his hair. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, but you needed this. So Mama Lucy and Lake, Mariah's mom and her sister, show up to show some support. And Mariah tells them about how Quad invited her to the fashion show. And Lake was like, well, that seems a little weird. Why do you think she would do that? And Mariah says she feels like it was a setup. So then Mama Lucy starts talking. And as she started talking, I realized Mariah is one of those girls you could like, but you wouldn't like her family. Because they fill her head up. Mariah's upbringing and her family is part of her problem, okay? And part of who made this monster. And fame just made it worse. I'm not even going to say fame, but whatever you want to call this monster that she loves so much, okay? This camera, whatever. It's filling her head up, and she's got the big head on top of already having the big head from what her family gave her, and it just is worse. And I need Mama Lucy to get another wig. Anyway. Dr. Jackie and Simone have lunch, and Simone fills her in on her situation about how, you know, she changed her medical billing or whatever, and she hasn't had any money for months now. And she says how it's gotten worse because she's depleted her savings, and I'm assuming that's the saving, like her rainy day fund for the practice. She's depleted that savings, and now she's going through her personal savings just to make payroll, and she has no money, which is so sad, and I really feel for her and her family on that note. And Jackie is a little offended, I guess, which I can understand as a friend. Like, why wouldn't you tell me? I could help you. You know, I have knowledge of this type of things. I could have loaned you money. Like, I could have helped you out. It didn't have to be this hard. Which I love Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone's relationship. You could tell they are genuinely good friends. But Simone says, I just didn't want to burden you, you know, and it just was so much going on. She was saying that it really took a toll on her marriage. Of course, money problems is the leading cause of divorce nowadays. And she just says, you know, it just caused a lot of problems in her marriage, even to the point where they haven't had sex in months, which is never good. Okay. So they talk about that, and after they talk, Simone just feels better. She feels lighter. The weight isn't as heavy because she's now shared that with her friend, and she feels like she could talk about it, and she feels okay now that her situation is getting better. So I'm glad that she feels better now. Dr. Heavenly, she's in the office, and Mariah's cousin and Dr. Heavenly's stylist, Brian, stops by with a piece for her to wear to the fashion show, and it's a fur. Okay, first off, I don't want to sound funny because I'm from Detroit, and people in Detroit, similar to in Atlanta, they go all out for fashion, okay? You could find fur all the time here, okay? Sold all year round, okay? People are wearing it all the time, okay? I ain't gonna say everywhere, but all the time, okay? Especially older folks here. So I get it. But as a stylist, I need you to get your life, okay? I need you to get your life. To me, Brian gives me the gay guy in the choir who wants to redo the choir robes. Like, that's what he gives me. You know what I'm saying? Like, gay Easter Sunday realness. Like, you know, that's just what he gives me. Anyway, so he stops by with the fur. She fills him in on the WIN conference and how Mariah and Quad were clowning. And he feels bad for Quad because Mariah, his own cousin, did him that way. And even told him, I made you, and with one call, I could fuck your whole shit up, basically, you know. And out of all the what he was saying, Mariah basically just ain't shit. And I feel like if one person said, okay, two people said, it might be a conspiracy. But if more than two people are saying the same thing about you, come on. Just come on. Anyway, it's the night of the fashion show. It's Quad's big night. And everybody's showing up and showing out in Atlanta. Everybody looks really nice. And Quad worked it, honey, okay? From her hair and makeup, her outfits before the show, and then when she walked in the show, she looks great. One thing I wanted to point out, though, I am still not sure about Lisa Nicole. The jury is still out on her because she gives me really messy vibes, okay? And I don't know if she's giving me messy or if she's trying to help. Like, before the show started, when she went backstage to see Quad, she said, oh, everybody's gonna come. And Quad was like, oh, that's great. And she said, even Miss Lucy, which is Mariah's mama, and she said, oh, that's great. Now, are you reaching for some mess? Or are you telling her so that she's prepared and she knows you've reached out your olive branch and they're gonna come? I'm not sure. Then, which I'm gonna get to in a second, when Mariah came in, she said, oh, you know, Rico told me something so funny. He told me that y'all was supposed to be husband and wife back in the day. Okay, now are you saying that to be like, hey, he was saying something nice about you, or hey, he was talking about you behind your back, bitch, be careful? What are you trying to do, Lisa Nicole? I'm not sure about you. Anyway, so yes, the fashion show goes great. Everyone is there for the actual runway walk except for Mariah, because you know her husband had the little hair surgery and he's having a bad reaction to it. His face is swole up real bad. He feels horrible. So she was late because of that. But when she did arrive, and honey, she arrived, okay, completely late. She not only had her whole family tree, her mom and her sister, who weren't invited, but okay. You brought a bodyguard. Now, first off, if things break out, that big fat bastard isn't going to be able to do much. So I hope he got a gun or something, okay? Because he can't outrun me. That's all I'm saying. If I hit you in the face and he runs after me, I'm going to get away. That's all I'm saying. So she had her bodyguard, and I was really confused about that. But then I watched What Happens Live, and they asked Simone and Dr. Headley about that, and Dr. Simone said, well, the reason she bought the bodyguard is because word travels fast around Atlanta, and it got back to her that it was going to be some mess, which I'm assuming, which is what Rico Love and whoever his homeboy was, who was doing way too much for me. It did seem confrontational, like it was going to be a fight. You know what I'm saying? I do understand that, but if that was the case, Mariah, why did you come? You shouldn't have came at all. Because this is my thing. Contractually, you have to show up to, I believe, a certain amount of scenes. You have to show up to the reunion. But I didn't think you have to go somewhere where you really don't feel safe or comfortable. I don't think Bravo would want you to do that. So if you had heard in the streets that it was going to be a fight or you were in danger, okay, you should have called Andy and said, hey, bitch, I'm booked. I can't shoot this, and keep Rico and his friend away from me. Like, that's what you should have did. So I'm just too confused about that. But you wanted to film so bad, and since nobody really wants to film with you and nobody cares about your personal life with Aiden or your kids or your mama with her bad wig, nobody cares about that. So you want to start some drama and put yourself in an unsafe situation. That doesn't make sense to me. That does not make sense to me unless you're the type of bitch they say you are. That's all I'm saying. Whew, let me bring it down. Anyway, Rico walks up to her. He says hello to Mama Lucy and her sister and to Mariah, and he goes to go kiss her on the cheek, and she pulls away. And that hurt him. That hurt him really, really bad. And I could imagine that did hurt him. And he's like, really, Mariah? Really? 20 years. We've been friends 20 years, and that's how you do me. And I could understand. Now, I don't condone men, period. I don't care. Straight, gay, transsexual, I don't care. A man should never put his hands on a woman. However, comma, semicolon, okay? I can understand how angry and how hurt he was. Because if you've been my friends for 20 years, bitch, I don't care what we have done to one another. Unless I have fucked your husband. I don't care what I have done to you, okay? You could at least speak to me with no problem, okay? And if it really is beef, we could settle it. Because easily they could have kissed and she could have been like, Rico, let me talk to you outside. Or let's go somewhere so that we can just talk. And it could have been squashed. And then she could have even fixed her relationship with Quad because they could have settled it right then and there. But instead, Mariah wants to be here when she really is here. Okay? She is really low down and dirty. Okay? So anyway, Rico gets upset. And he gets carried outside. Okay? Because he wants to fight. Which was inappropriate. And so then Quad comes up and asks what's happening. What's that girl name? Tanya? What? Toya. There we go. I'm sorry, y'all. Once again, I don't care about her either. Toya lets her know, like, oh, Rico was upset because Mariah said, you know, she made him relevant. And Mariah said, well, I don't even know where he's getting that from because Rico's been styling celebrities for years. How would I have made him relevant? True tea. And Quad says, well, that's very true. He's been doing this for years, but you did say that about me. And she's like, really? Whatever, Quad. So she leaves. And when she's outside, she's talking shit. Okay. Now, Quad has followed them outside. And she's standing with her group. She's standing over there. And Mariah trying to provoke Quad. She knew what she was doing. She's like, Miss Quad want to fight. Miss Quad want to do this. Miss Quad want to do that. And I don't have time for it. Then go home and shut up. You shouldn't have came in the first place, okay? Anyway, so then Quad comes over. It goes away. And next week we'll see what happens. But we know it's going to be an argument. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode and this review. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And my links to my social networks will be in the underneath bar that's underneath of this video, okay? Please leave a comment. I love talking to you guys. I try to reply back to every single comment or give it a thumbs up. You guys are awesome. You guys have been showing me so much love. I also want to give a shout out to Tasha C. She gave me a shout out in her tag video a couple days ago. And a lot of my new subscribers are from her channel. So I want to thank her. And for all of you guys who aren't subscribed to her, go subscribe, okay? Go subscribe. I'll leave a link in the underneath bar. Please go subscribe to her. And much, much love to my girl from Detroit, Tasha. Also subscribe, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, join the Pieces of Me TV family. I look at my subscribers like cousins. You can't borrow no money, but you can damn sure get a cup of sugar in these videos, child. Okay? I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.